So you're buying a house. When will your first payment be due? Let's discuss. I'm Shaheedah Hill, getting you over the hill to home ownership and helping you confidently buy your first home. So typically when you buy a home, your first payment is not due until 2 months after you initially close. So for example, if you were to close in January, your first payment would be due in March. And it would be late on the 15th. So way better than rent. So typically most mortgage companies, it's due on the 1st, it's late by the 15th. So you almost have 2 weeks to make that mortgage payment. So I want to explain why you kind of skip this month after your initial closing. When you are paying your mortgage, you're paying in arrears, meaning you're paying the interest from the prior month. So when you close, say in January, that first pay, you will pay prepaid interest. As part of your closing costs, you are going to pay the interest for that month. So that'll be part of your closing costs. If you close, for example, where there's 10 more days in the month, you're going to pay that interest for the month. But you're not going to have to pay for the following month until the next month. So let's do that January example again. Say you have, there's 31 days in January, you close on the 21st, you're going to pay for 10 days. You will pay that amount in your closing costs, and then you'll have to pay for February in March. So that's why essentially you're skipping that mortgage payment where you're used to rent, you're paying every single month. Now, this initial closing, you're going to skip a month. Because you're always paying in arrears, okay? So you're paying for the prior month. So I hope that makes sense. And the reason why I like to share this with first-time home buyers is because a lot of times they will wait until their lease is up in order to buy. And if you could time it right, it may not make much of a difference, or not that much of a difference, if you were to break your lease, depending on the penalty. A lot of the penalties for early lease termination are 2 months rent. And if you're essentially not going to have to pay your mortgage for the month after you close, then you may just be down one mortgage payment. And depending on the house that's available, then it may make sense to go ahead and terminate your lease early and just buy the house, especially if you're getting a good deal, because not all the time are you able to perfectly time it where the end of your lease and you're going to buy the house right after that. So if you have any questions, please put in the comments, but I hope this cleared up this question when your first payment is due.